Hello and welcome. We have an explosive show for you today. Sit back and relax. Our video today will be featuring our first ever diarrhea. What'd I say? We will be making a Lamborghini Gallardo and a very simple base. In this video, we will be focusing on body prep, including alterations, sanding, painting, the primer steps, body coats, clear coats, and then waxing and compound. I use various different sanding techniques, including sanding twigs, sanding pads, also trimming with the X-Acto knife. Some people will first mark off the areas that they want to sand, like body lines, with a Sharpie. I am not doing that here. I usually work in small areas and keep a careful eye. Plus, the body primer will also show off any imperfections that was skipped over the sanding stage. While prepping parts, it's always good to make sure that the edges are clean of any mold lines and then mock them up together by either placing them together lightly or even taping them together. This will give you an idea of where errors might occur in painting or in other stages of building. This build will include some slight alterations to the normal build, including the engine cover being sealed against the body. Here I am using stripped styrene in order to seal the engine cover and to give it a little bit of a support so it doesn't cave in during the display. I'm using zero paints for the very first time, starting with the light gray primer. These paints do include a ball bearing and come pre-thin, so please give it a firm shake before you applying it into your airbrush. The reason I am using Zero Paint's primer is because we will be using a Zero Paint's color, the Lamborghini Gallardo Arancio Borealis color. This is to replicate the car found in the 2006 movie, Mission Impossible. In honor of the new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 being released in theaters July 12th. In 2006, when Mission Impossible 3 had first hit theaters, the Lamborghini Gallardo had been a relatively new car at the time, starting production in 2004. 2 generations later, it ended production in 2014, with just over 14,000 cars produced. This made it Lamborghini's best-selling car at the time. 14,000 cars doesn't sound like much in comparison with a Toyota Corolla or a Ford Focus. However, from 1964 to 2004, the 50 years that Lamborghini had been in production, they hadn't sold 14,000 total cars, making the Lamborghini Gallardo very, very important to this company. After 4 coats of paint, I went ahead and sealed it with Tamiya's Lacquer Gloss Clear Coat. I applied a thin layer of clear coat and then 2 thick layers of clear coat, and then wet sanded those coats back just a little bit. This Zero Paint's color has metallic in its finish, however has a very dull and flat appearance. Putting clear coat on that gives it a very wet look. To even out the clear coat, it's good to go back and wet sand it very gently. You don't want to eat through your clear coat or your layers of paint. After the painting and clear, I went ahead and used Tamiya's compound and finishing polishes. This gives it a very, very, very glossy finish to reflect what you see on the film. After buffing out the last of the finish wax, you can let it sit for an hour or even overnight. When you come back, you can clean off all of the wax residue, which will appear white, with either your microfiber cloth or with a shaped craft Q-tip, such as from Tamiya. For the assembly of the main body, it went together fairly straightforward. The front marker lights were not flush, which was a little disappointing, but they went together. The rest of the body, the decals were applied off screen, as well as panel lines for the body lines, and everything went together pretty well. In order to make this look as screen accurate as possible, I had custom plates made off of eBay from a seller named Green Hobbies. These are stickers, not decals, but they do work with the pieces that come in the kit, and they looked really good and high quality when they were done, so I will be using Green Hobbies on a couple more builds. In Mission Impossible 3, the Lamborghini Gallardo only appears on screen for a few minutes. This is a scene that takes place in Italy, and to replicate the streets that it'll be driving on, kind of cobblestone and brick, I am using a plaster styrene base that will be painted and weathered to look like the streets in the movie. After gluing up the base, I can now display the finished kit.
What's up?
Nothing. What's up with you?
Nothing. Pull the car.
It's such a nice car.
And yet,
Do it.
I did not see that coming. Thanks for watching.